NYYST. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York, Yankee sports talk. Homie, New York, Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Oh, welcome back. This is episode 378 of the NYYST podcast. We're live on NYY Underground. I am your host, Christian, as always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You?
Is that the Unabomber in the lower corner there?
Okay. I got my solar eclipse last. Okay. Where are you guys?
Okay.
Okay, so how you doing, SGR?
What's up, man? Guys, I don't know about my connect tonight. For some reason, it went up. I see freezing. I'm bowling, so it might be more of a chat type episode for SGR tonight.
Okay.
Wow. SGR is going to chat with the fans in the chat.
Yeah, I'll be in the chat.
He's going to type in the chat.
He's got low network bandwidth, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what's going on tonight, dude.
That's it. You can get a pill for that now?
Okay.
I'll take. Okay, last longer.
Could you imagine Mike having to do like a Blue Chew read?
That would be great. Did he?
This segment brought to you by Blue Chew. Get a free month when you sign up using code Mike. Okay.
So
that is a great promo there, boss. Me and Minko also chiming in for a 50% discount.
It's still funny, even though you could only hear every other word.
Sorry, I'm just not going to read so much then. Now and then I'll checking in. Let's see.
all right, so it's Thursday night here, and the Yankees are enjoying an off day before they hit the road. They'll be in Cleveland and Toronto in the next couple of series here. Yanks won the first. Actually, they lost the first game of this just completed homestand, and then they lost the last game of the homestand, and they won everyone in between. So, I mean, there's worse things that have happened to this team over the last couple of years. So, I guess we'll take it for what it is right now, and hopefully everybody's enjoying themselves in the chat tonight. So please like this video, subscribe to NYYU. Let's get to 25K before 420. Okay, 420 coming up soon. NYYU Day in the Audi Club. We're rescheduled after last year's rainout, so we're looking forward to seeing everybody out there in just about another week. And be sure to subscribe to the NYYST podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and make sure you tell everybody we are the official Yankee podcast of Odyssey. Okay? So, is that the bookkeeping?
Yeah, bro. Let's get right into it.
So the Yanks, the Yanks dropped the finale of the Miami series there, 5-2. Marcus Stroman didn't have a great game. Just one of those days where he just couldn't locate. You know, Marcus Stroman's the type of guy, he's going to rely on pinpoint accuracy, and just didn't have it yesterday. Gave up 4 runs there. I believe it was the 3rd inning. It might have been the 4th. I don't remember now. But the big home run was the 3-run shot to Berger. The Yankees shouldn't have lost the game because of Marcus Stroman yesterday, although it's not ideal to be put in a 4-0 hole. The Yankees offense just couldn't get the big hit. It kind of felt like one of those days where they were just sniffing around trying to win this game, and they just couldn't come through with the big hit there. Earlier in the day, we saw the Yankees make the first big lineup change of the year when Gleyber Torres was dropped out of the leadoff spot and Anthony Volpe was inserted into the leadoff spot. Just to get you guys' take on that before we get into kind of what happened yesterday. I'm of the opinion, even though I've been coming on here for weeks now and saying I don't like Gleyber Torres in the leadoff spot, I'm also of the opinion where I'm saying to myself, the team is what were they, 10-2 at that point? 10-2 at that point. Why are we messing with this right now?
Here's what I said before the game. We're so used to these punt lineups when the Yankees have locked up a series, especially, and you would think you would think the sentence would end with, especially when they don't have a day off the next day. But the sentence ends with, we're used to a punt lineup, especially when they do have a day off the next day. The Yankees have gotten off to the idea over the last few years of giving guys multiple days off without, a day off before
Can I
the
put you on
off
timeout
day.
right there real quick?
Yeah, okay.
I believe Pete should have the number pinned. We will be taking some voicemails later on in the show, so
Good call.
Be sure to drop your voicemail, and we'll make you guys a part of the show later on. So, okay.
So I'm looking at it like this: the Yankees haven't given us that punt lineup. It's gonna come eventually, and you got to. It's not that we were never okay with it; it's that it happened all the time. So for right now, we haven't gotten it yet. What we are getting now, and this is just my perspective here, was we're not going to give a punt lineup. We're going to still try and win this game, but we really kind of want to flirt with the idea that Volpe's going to be our leadoff hitter. Let's do it now. Maybe now's the time. We lock this series up. Let's see how the offense looks. Let's see how it clicks. And for that, in that sense, I was okay with it. But ultimately, for right now, I hope they go back to the way things were until it feels broken.
Listen, you said a key word there. You said flirt with it. This can't be like,
Exactly.
oh,
That's
you're cute. Maybe you want to get a cup of coffee. No, this is like, here's the ring. We're getting married. Like, I honestly don't want to see the Yankees flip flop in the lineup now. You decided for whatever reason that after 12 games you had to put Anthony Volpe at the top of the lineup. Now stick with it.
Right.
You said it was to get Gleyber Torres going. He didn't get going yesterday. He struck out in a key spot too. Okay. So he didn't get going. So if the whole point was to get him going, you did not accomplish that yesterday. And we talked about this consistency of the lineup. Stick with it now. If this is what you want to do, if you feel convinced after 12 games, 13 games, because Volpe went 1 for 3, and I think he walked twice yesterday, so he was on base 3 times. If you are convinced that Anthony Volpe is going to be an on-base machine now and be this guy through the rest of the season, then don't mess with it. I don't want to see the flip-flopping.
I'll tell you one thing that I actually didn't. There was a couple things I didn't like. One, I felt like with Volpe being at the leadoff spot with Soto coming up and Judge, he was seeing a lot more strikes. Even though he walked, they were more aggressive with him than normal. Obviously, he took advantage of that, but I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. I feel like when Gleyber's up there, he's been seeing more pitches, but that could have just been that game. But most importantly, and I didn't think I'd feel this way.
Well, the only time that I noticed it was the first at bat. He saw 6 pitches in the first at bat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
but here's the main takeaway for me. It has nothing to do with Volpe. I think Volpe right now is clearly profiling as a leadoff hitter. My issue is what it does to the lineup. I thought I liked Gleyber down there, but I can't trust him right now. And I felt like after Stanton with Birdie in this lineup instead of Cabrera, with Trevino in there, who can't fucking hit a beach ball right now. After Stanton, you were just like, what's going to happen? And really, I mean, with Judge not hitting right now, I know we'll get to that. It was like before Stanton and after Stanton, you felt like you were holding your breath. And it would have been nice to have Volpe back down where he was to maybe bring some guys in.
So that's where Gleyber Torres is going to have to come in.
Right. Well, that's my point is, would I rather, and I never thought I'd say this because I was against him leading off, would I rather just get the Gleyber who takes a lot of pitches and sees a lot of pitches? Or do I want the Gleyber where I'm relying on him to be a guy at the bottom of the lineup where I thought he belonged in that middle bottom of the lineup to drive runs in? And I just don't know. It's too early in the year. But it made me miss Volpe coming up later down the lineup. And I didn't think I'd feel that way.
I just don't think it was a necessary move coming off winning 4 straight games.
Right.
No.
10 and start. How's my connection right now? Any good? Chopping?
No.
Damn. All right. Never mind then.
Well, we can hear you better.
Oh, that's good. You could hear me all right.
Yeah.
So then, 10 and 2 start. So I'll try to stay completely still so you can't even tell that I'm frozen. 10 to start is more important than one player at the spot in the lineup struggling. So I like the fact that they changed that because the results were still what you want in the end. Who cares what the result? I mean, who cares what the stat line? You were winning. So I don't love that change. I do see this being a potential audition for Volpe as the leadoff guy until LeMahieu gets.
But that's my whole point now is that I don't want this to be a thing that the Yankees. If Gleyber Torres is back in the leadoff spot tomorrow, it's just going to aggravate me because
He's
why?
going to be.
But why did you do it then?
Because I told you they have this itch.
Then do it. Then stick to it.
No. It's not about what they're doing. They have this itch to throw a punt lineup out there. They have this itch to be like, oh, let's fucking bench him. Let's fucking Stanton. He's played too many games and he's seeing the ball way too well. Let's bench him. And they're.
Well, you were the one that was worried about him being benched. He didn't sit against Miami.
I was shocked. And should he have? Did you starting to see now? Maybe he's seeing some pitches. He's feeling good. See what happens when we don't bench him?
Yeah, but my whole point the other day is that if this is a plan to keep him healthy, then I can't argue against it.
I would rather at this point, because he gets hurt no matter what, right? Isn't there always a plan to keep him healthy and he's fucking hurt? How about we just plan to get him consistent at bats? But I digress.
If he sits one every 5 games, you don't think he's getting consistent at bats?
It depends on what he did.
He's not going to disappear. He's not going to disappear.
But see, here's the thing. I'm fine with days off, but I don't like when they're planned. Like, let's see where he's at. If Stanton's hitting fucking home runs and he goes 3 for 3 with a home run, and then you're benching him the next day because it's a planned off day, no, I don't agree with that. But if you're telling me he had an offer and he's been playing for 4 or 5 days straight and you want to give him a day, fine. Give him a day. But again, let me go back to my point because I'm going to forget it. I'm telling you, they have this itch, and they're supplementing the itch to bench people with tinkering with the lineup. This was their trial and error, and they lost. So the Yankees are going to be like, you know what? If that worked, maybe we would stick with it. We're not going to. I promise you, tomorrow, I'd be honestly so shocked if it's not the same lineup we've been getting with Gleyber at the top.
Yeah, well, then yesterday was completely pointless.
Well, that in their eyes, it was too.
So I think Pete said it in our chat that this is just Boone trying to put his influence on a hot start by making an unnecessary change, really.
All right, and again, I'll just go back to their mindset right now. That was typically a game they'd throw away. They'd throw in the garbage, and they didn't. But they maybe are using these games now to try different things. And they wanted to...
Carlos Carrasco's back on the Indians?
No, and did you know that Rugi's back on the Yankees?
Who?
What?
Rugi. Roof-net Odor.
Nobody calls him that, okay?
Everyone calls him Rugi, dude.
No,
yeah, I've heard that.
Nobody calls him that.
Hey, maybe it's the righty tomorrow. They decide to try Verdugo in the one.
SGR's in Afghanistan right now.
Yeah. Reporting live from Kuwait. We do have some tension behind me. Maybe I'll put a green screen behind me.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Of the Middle East.
Yeah, who cares? If Roof-net Odor gets called up to the major leagues this year, we're
in trouble.
I'm resigning from this podcast.
Yeah, okay.
No, put that out there.
So, yeah, that's my take. You're going to have the same lineup coming up tomorrow. So just be ready for it. You're going to have Gleyber back at the top.
Okay.
Okay?
Stupid.
I think there's
We'll stick with
way
Volpe.
I think there's way worse things that I hate about what the Yankees are doing other than
No, it's not. It's not.
tinkering.
You could say way worse things, but this is. We've seen them just like just not be able to leave things alone. Like the team is hot, they're playing well. Let's not overthink this right now.
Yeah, I agree with you in that sense. I just don't if you're telling me this is what they're doing instead of giving me a punt lineup, I'll take it any day of the week. Any day of the week. So I'm just saying I'm not saying I like the moves. I'm saying I prefer them over what we normally get.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Any lineup with John Birdie in it is a punt lineup now.
Yeah, it's a
Actually, you know what?
He's got a good swing.
Great, dude. He's on a new team and he hit 294 last year.
Listen, the problem. Look, before we get into because this is all going to come back around here. So DJ LeMahieu is taking the next steps to coming back to this team, fielding ground balls, whatever the hell he is doing. I didn't really pay too much attention to whatever the report was because honestly, I don't care. Okay, as a big DJ LeMahieu guy that wanted the Yankees to re-sign him, I'm not clamoring for DJ LeMahieu to get back to this team. Now, when you look at John Birdie and the fact that he's not a great hitter, and
he did. SGR just said it though. He did bat 294 last year, and he's a fucking phenomenal third baseman.
Okay, but he's not contributing to the team right now.
Right.
So now, it's a dead spot in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And Oswaldo Cabrera apparently doesn't play against lefties anymore because this has been something that he's been tinkering with since last year, that he was just going to give up batting
righty,
right-handed. So I guess the Yankees are just not going to play him against lefties. Because you even saw it in Houston when he faced Josh Hader.
He stayed righty.
He stayed lefty.
Yeah, but there was another lefty that did come in after that.
And then
series.
he did go to, I did remember that he went back. But so maybe this is just a thing now because he is a much better in all his powers from the left side. So, but again, that hot start that he got off to, no one's expecting it to sustain itself throughout the course of the year where he can have a lockdown on that third base job. So I guess the only thing is that you kind of just, because nobody's really emerged as a clear-cut favorite to say, okay, we can keep DJ at bay. I guess he's going to come back, but I'm saying I guess he has to come back. My only two issues with that is I expect absolutely nothing out of him. He's seriously, I hate saying that. I expect nothing out of DJ LeMahieu this year in terms of once he does come back, staying healthy for the rest of the year, and then producing at an even major league average level. So, and I hope the Yankees don't get this idea that he needs to be at the top of the lineup.
Yeah.
Because I loathe the idea of DJ LeMahieu batting leadoff on this team. And before you go, let me read this super chat from our boy Ra. Okay. I will say this. We all knew Soto was good, but watching him play every day is giving me a different appreciation for his ability. He's only 25, and his control of the strike zone is unmatched. I said that to somebody today, like a Yankee fan that I ran into when I was out, and like we all knew how good this guy was, but watching him every day, you do have a different appreciation for just how good Juan Soto is.
I got to be honest, man. For me, the Juan Soto hype was strictly hype. Like I never invested much time watching this guy. I knew how good he was from the hype and from his stat lines. But you talk about certain guys and what they can do on the field, and then there's certain things you just can't describe that they bring to the game. And Juan Soto just brings something to this team beyond his talent that the Yankees had a lot of energy with Swisher, but he wasn't nearly the baseball player of Juan Soto. Juan Soto is a actual superstar right in front of your eyes that brings this energy that is unmatched. And it's just, I can't explain how I fucking feel watching him, but I've had so much fun over the first 13 games of the season, and it mainly because of him.
So it would be nice if his tag team partner could get himself going here.
Yeah.
It's I'm not concerned, and I think anybody that is concerned needs to just take a breath here. I
Yeah.
really do. Um, would it be nice if Aaron Judge was contributing at an Aaron Judge level? Of course, but the team is also 10-3 right now, and you want to blame him for last night's loss?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your prerogative.
Yeah,
There were
I
other
do.
there's other culprits there. I don't think it all sits on his shoulders. He was in a couple of key spots, especially um, the end of the game there when he had the bases loaded and he flew out to center field. But anybody that's sitting there and thinks that this is going to be the Aaron Judge that we're going to see this year, I think you're foolish.
And you're not just foolish, you're a fucking moron. Honestly, let's just call it what it is. If you're concerned about Aaron Judge in a long-term sense, if you sit here and say, I'm a little concerned right now, he's really not seeing the ball well, but he'll turn it around. Yeah. I mean, I think we can all get on that boat.
This is what the problem is with slumping right out of the gate is
Yeah.
it's magnified.
Of
Aaron
course.
Judge can have a 13-game stretch where he hits a 178 and no one's really thinking about it. It's because you look up at the big screen out there in center field and it says Aaron Judge is hitting 178 and then Juan Soto is lighting the world on fire with doubles and walks to set him up, and then he strikes out in the 8th and then flies out in the 9th. So it's magnified, but also where is the goodwill, the money in the bank with Aaron Judge that you should know that since 2017 that if this guy is healthy, and then if he's not, then that's maybe a different story we can have, a different conversation we can have, that he's going to play at an MVP level, because has Aaron Judge ever not played at an MVP level when he's healthy?
Dude, he was hurt all of last year, like a huge chunk of last year. And the guy found a way to hit 37 home runs. I mean, even when he is hurt, he's still one of the best hitters in the league. My biggest concern is the injury going into the season. I'm sure it's not a concern, but it's just all my brain goes back to. Other than that, I will say this, and I know we have a super chat that we can get to, but I will say this. If I'm going to sit here and tell you don't be concerned about Aaron Judge, I'm also going to be harsh on him and say, yes, last night I blame him 100% for that loss.
Well, then you're ridiculous if you're putting 100% of the blame for the loss.
You know what I
Aaron Judge
mean.
last
You know
night.
what I mean. If it's Aaron Judge's team and Aaron Judge gets up in the spots that he got up in last night and doesn't come through the way Aaron Judge is supposed to come through.
Aaron Judge didn't put the team in a 4-0 deficit. So
I don't care. Aaron
takes
Judge had the power to take him out of it, and that's his job. It's not his job to worry about anything else, and it's his job to take responsibility when he doesn't.
And I'm pretty
do
sure
his
that
own
he
job.
weren't taking. And I'm pretty
Exactly.
Sure he did
That's
take
why I'm going
responsibility
to. That's
for
why
it.
I'm going.
But I'm
to,
also not going to sit here like a dumbass and say, "Oh, it's 100% on him that they lost last night." He was a major contributing factor, but he's not the only factor to the Yankees.
No
lost
shit.
last
It's never
night.
just one
like,
guy.
No,
what I'm saying is, I
and
will
I'm tired of hearing
100%
this
blame
about
him
Aaron
for
Judge
the loss.
because you got fans out there that think the Yankees haven't gotten past the Astros for 3 fucking times because of Aaron Judge.
Well,
Nobody's hit against
no,
you.
you're right, but he's the leader, man. When
No,
you
then
have
he's
a role,
fucking bum, and we should have never
when
signed
you
him then.
no,
we should have never re-signed him then, right?
No, when you have a role, when you're given responsibility, you take accountability. It's Aaron Judge's team. He is
Everybody
the leader.
likes to
he is the
forget that
captain.
the Yankees don't
the
even
last
sniff the
captain
playoffs
this
in
team
2022
had,
without
the
him,
last
right?
captain this team had won. Now, do I
And
think
the one
Aaron Judge
previous
can
to
win?
that, and I guess the one previous to Derek Jeter is a piece of shit
And
too.
and
'cause
how
he
much
didn't win.
how much does anyone talk about him? How much
Because
does anyone talk about his greatness?
Don Mattingly is revered amongst his fans.
Oh yeah, guess what? He didn't win shit.
Okay,
Was he
so
a great baseball player?
garbage player
Yeah.
because
You want to love him? Fine, but he didn't win.
It takes
And Aaron
one,
Judge is too good to go down as
I
a
guess
non-winner.
that this is basketball now, where one guy controls the entire outcome.
No, what I'm trying to say is, if it's your team and you're the captain and you're up in spots as big as Aaron Judge was last night, you have to sit there and say that's the captain's job to come through when you're as good as Aaron Judge is, and he'll be the first person to tell you that.
Right.
So as a
and
fan
I'm not
and someone
saying that
analyzing this
I'm
team,
not giving him a pass for not coming through in that spot, but I'm also not going to sit here and say, God damn it! If it wasn't for Aaron
If
Judge,
I had to make
the Yankees would have won last night.
If I had to make a hierarchy of whose fault it was last night, at the top of the list is Aaron Judge, and then pretty far below him is Marcus Stroman.
You want to say he was the biggest culprit? Fine, but if you want to say
that's what I'm saying.
You said 100%.
No, I said I am 100% putting the blame on him. I just said there's never one guy you can blame for a loss.
Super chat, okay.
Okay.
This is from Scott Hoare. Okay, Scott Horwitz.
Okay, Hoare. Okay.
Torres never should have led off, and DJ should not either. Leave Volpe there. He gets on base, but we are 10-3. Look at other teams. Relax. Would you like to be the Astros?
Dude. Yeah, because they kill us. So it's so early. And his last name should have a apostrophe in it.
You want to know
it should be who.
You want to know the biggest reason why I'm not worried about Aaron Judge is because the at-bats.
He's Aaron Judge.
Well, that too, and because he's not changed his approach at the plate. Does it look like he's pressing up there?
No. But I say
when a guy presses, that's when I start to worry.
All right. So here's what I'll say. Let's dissect his at bat last night with the game on the line. If you were watching closely, who was pitching for
their closer?
He came in the 8th for an out, and then he was back for the night.
He got 5 outs last night.
So, if you're watching him, the only pitch that he was really getting over the plate was a hanging slider. And if you're Aaron Judge, I mean, what is sweeter than watching Aaron Judge sit back on a hanging slider and just fucking demolishing it? When you're Aaron Judge struggling right now, and you have a pitcher with the bases loaded who really didn't have to throw a strike to him.
No, he didn't, because Jahmai Jones was up next. So they could have walked Aaron Judge.
Right. So
and even forced in a run there.
Right. And so if you're Aaron Judge, you have to be going up there saying, I'm in the driver's seat, man. What pitch do I want to see?
Yeah, but I think he had a good pass at that fastball.
He didn't have it wasn't a bad pitch at all. I'm saying it wasn't a bad pitch for him at all. But right now he's struggling on a lot of levels. Why not wait for your fucking pitch that you devour? And when it's the only pitch this guy has really been able to groove over the plate, why not just sit back and make this guy working at bat and wait for your fucking pitch to come over the plate if he's going to be dumb enough to throw you strikes? That was my biggest takeaway. At the end of the day, am I fucking worried about Aaron Judge? Absolutely not. We won't even remember this stretch by the end of the season.
I'm sure somebody's going to remember it. Okay?
I'm sure someone bookmarked it. Okay.
So my dog is crying on my lap. I don't know what he wants. You want to come on TV, bud?
Maybe I upset him.
Say hi.
Because I housed you.
You didn't house me, bro.
Yeah, I fucking housed you, bro.
No, you didn't. See, you whenever you say that you win is because you know you lost and you have to make your ego feel better about itself. That's why you always come up with it.
Lose.
That's why you come up with excuses for every time we play a game.
No, this is you.
Okay,
this is you. Don't talk bad about Aaron Judge. I have a bobblehead. I love him.
Hey, hey, man.
Yeah.
Don't talk bad about him.
Yeah. You can't do that when it's too choppy because it's going to be too good. And you.
Hey,
I don't know. I didn't really want to argue with you over Aaron Judge, but I don't know. Your face is bothering me tonight, so I felt like I had to.
It bothers me too. Dude.
I had to get argumentative with you there.
Okay.
So, the reason why Aaron Judge was put up in a position to potentially hit a game where I'm laughing because you know exactly what I'm going to say here, and I can't believe that somebody actually uttered these fucking words today. Because Juan Soto walked in front of him. And apparently that's a bad thing.
It's unbelievable.
Apparently that's a bad thing that Juan Soto worked a walk in front of Aaron Judge.
Maybe he's just an excellent troll. Maybe we need to have him back on the show. I don't know. All I know is, do you have the quote? Can you just read it? Do you have it still? You sent it to me.
I did. Hold on.
I mean, for Sal Licata, and let's just be clear, I actually really like Sal. I thought he was an awesome dude.
He said, Juan Soto was looking for a walk. Swing the bat, bro. You want to get paid? Swing the bat. I cannot accept a walk from Juan Soto in that spot. It does not get the job done. Passing the baton is not what I'm looking from Juan Soto. I'm looking for him to do damage. Which I understand the second part of that, but like,
no, I don't.
no, you want to see
not when Aaron Judge is the person you're passing the baton to.
But look, his point about wanting to see Juan Soto do damage in that spot, I understand that. Don't you? Don't you want to see? Don't you want to see him do damage in that spot?
But hold on a second. You can make the argument that him just getting on base should be enough damage.
I'm not agreeing with his overall sentiment.
I know. I'm just saying in general. And how much damage can Soto do?
You would have had a fourth child last
weeks?
night if Juan Soto hit a game-tying home run in that spot.
I was actually getting ready to say, let's have a fourth.
Okay, so don't tell me that you're not looking for Soto to do damage in that spot. But he's taking the ball four was in the dirt. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, well, honestly,
swing and miss and end the game? Does that make you feel better?
To a real fan, do you know how refreshing it was to watch a great hitter come up? To watch a great hitter come up and not feel like he has to end the game and prolong it and know that that's really his job is to pass the baton over to Aaron Judge with the bases loaded. Any other version of Aaron Judge, the Yankees probably win that game. And I'll tell you what, I know you're all choppy, but I'm talking to you like you're not. I'll tell you what, Aaron Judge didn't miss that ball by much. He really didn't.
Yeah. That was close. That's it. That's all. That's all I got.
And you think Sal's on the radio today saying that if Judge puts one in the gap?
Right. And I was just saying when you rudely walked away from me, how refreshing was it to watch a superstar get up with the game on the line and not feel like he had to do too much and did exactly what he had to do? Like, how great was it to watch him have a competitive at bat and know that he has Aaron Judge coming up behind him, slumping or not, and do what he has to do there. I mean, any other Yankee I can think of in recent years is getting up there and swinging at 10 bad pitches in a row and looking foolish. This guy's just, nothing phases him. So to have any complaints, you're clearly a troll and you're clearly not a Yankee fan, which we all know.
We know he's not, but I mean, you can't sit there and say something like that. I mean, honestly, dude, like it is that is who Juan Soto is, though, man. Like, maybe he's not always looking to get it. He's looking to get on base, whether that's a walk or a hit. He's got an approach up there, and he's not going to shy away from it. And I don't want him to. Look, if he feels like the best course of action for the Yankees to win is for him to draw a walk and give the opportunity to Aaron Judge, what am I going to sit there and be upset over that?
Right. And here's the thing about Sal. If he's trolling, it's one thing. But if he's saying that seriously...
But there's way too many of these comments like this from him.
Right, to just think he's trolling. So if he's saying it seriously, then then it's criminal that he gets paid to talk sports. It really is. And that should really be addressed. Because anyone saying that seriously and their job is to analyze sports, it's just not even fair to the listener. I want you to read that.
Yeah, no, I saw it. So Chris paid Rod to do this super chat here. And he says, I think what Chris is trying to say is Judge is the captain. Yesterday was an opportunity to let the world know whose team it is. That's what Soto did. He walked so Judge could end the game. And he did, and Judge did end the game. So mission accomplished, okay?
I was saying when you walked away, any other version of Aaron Judge and that game's over on that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks.
It takes a really bad version of Judge to miss on that pitch that he swung at, and he didn't miss by much. He really didn't. His timing was actually there. I think
it just got in on him just a little bit too. I think it did get a little bit more in on him than he thought it would have.
Yeah. Again, I don't know why he's not going up there just saying, I'm going to wait for that slider and anything else. I'm just going to look at right now until I get 2 strikes.
Because he felt like he had a good pitch to him. What do you want him to do?
Yeah,
you know,
he's just not.
what would have been worse in that situation if he sit there and he looks at strike 3 and the game
I
ends
mean,
that way?
honestly, I don't care at that point. It's just as painful.
No, honestly, there are degrees of pain there, and watching him get called down on strikes would have been way worse.
Okay.
At least he put a good pass on it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it. I'm really not.
Okay.
If we come back after the Cleveland series and he's still hitting 178, I'm going to sit here and tell you the same thing. I'm not worried about it.
No, I'm
If
definitely
you're
not worried.
if the Yankees are telling us the truth, which we all know is always up for debate,
Yeah.
and he's healthy, I literally am not worried at all.
That's the only concern I genuinely have, and it's not even a realistic one, I don't think, because I think by now we would have heard something.
What I am concerned with is his dog pal, Anthony Rizzo, who I don't know what the fuck his problem is anymore. And it's not even the hitting because he had an atrocious series in the field.
Yeah. It was really concerning, and he's a great defensive first baseman.
And that's what really worries you. If he's not hitting, fine, whatever. It is what it is. But when Anthony Rizzo made the type of errors that he made against Miami, that's where you got to sit there and wonder, like, if this guy's going to be a defensive liability, like, we can't carry him.
I got to be honest with you. I don't know how fair this is because I didn't analyze it too much. But you remember the game against the Diamondbacks when Volpe got the error because he threw it up the line and Rizzo went to make the tag and the ball came out?
Yes, I do.
I honestly, just watching it a couple times, I went, man, that's a play that I just don't understand. It's not like the runner went flying into his glove and banged his glove.
Reconcussed? Is he reconcussed?
I don't know. Rizzo usually hangs on to that, and it's almost like he's not hanging on to the ball. And that's been almost every play. Like I know
but we saw like
play,
balls go under his glove. Like that's
one play it took a bad hop on the grass. It never gave him that hop. It stayed flat. And yeah, it's a tough error to take, but there's been way more concerning plays from him thus far, and I just don't know what's going on.
Would you rank Rizzo as your biggest concern right now offensively for this team? Take the catchers out of it because I don't count you. He's not your biggest concern?
No. Nope.
Are you going to tell me who your biggest concern is?
It's not one. This is going to sound crazy, but it's not one player. It's parts of the order. So I really liked the balance of having Volpe hitting after Anthony Rizzo. It made me not as concerned with Anthony Rizzo or Judge or if Stanton's going to get hot or not. I liked when Cabrera was in the lineup hitting the ball because you didn't feel if Rizzo struck out 3 times. So now if this lineup stays and Glaber doesn't really get going hitting the ball, yeah, then Rizzo himself will probably become a huge concern for me. Does that make sense? It's more of a lineup thing. I didn't like feeling last night that automatic outs were coming up. It was the first time I felt it all season that once we got past a certain guy, it was really, you're just holding your breath to see who's gonna be able to get a big hit.
Is there anything specifically about the Yankees you want to touch on, or do you want to get to some voicemails now?
Nothing. I don't want to go into depth. I'd rather just get into the voicemails. You did bring up the catching situation, and it's a problem right now. Jose Trevino, not just at the plate. You know, you can handle a catcher who's not hitting if they look good defensively.
Dude, it looks like he's throwing left-handed with
like
a broken
little
arm.
leaguer. I just don't understand it. And he just looks terrible behind the plate. I think he did throw out a guy last night. I know Volpe. It was a bad throw. It was a great play by Volpe. Volpe had to pick it and then run the runner back down and avoid that run. But it was a terrible throw. He just got a bad jump. And I am very concerned with Jose Trevino if he's going to be getting as many games as this fucking team's giving him. And again, I'm trying not to complain because I love what the Yankees have done 13 games in, not just the winning, but just the way they've been managed. I'm not complaining, but it is going to get concerning if they keep giving this guy so many games behind the plate because he's just not the guy anymore. He never really was, but he stepped up.
Really was.
He stepped up when he had to. It's time to move on.
So in 18 at-bats this year, Jose Trevino has 1 hit for a stellar .056 batting average. Okay.
Again, I'm not even that concerned offensively.
But in 19 at-bats, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, Ben Rortvedt has 7 hits
yeah.
for a .368 average. And I saw somebody point this out last night and was like, why do we get rid of Rortvedt?
They're both not the answer.
They're both not the answer, and you're not going to have 2 lefty catchers. And Wells is more of the future of this team than either of those guys are.
Then they got to start treating him like the future.
But
let him bat against lefties.
I agree, and I don't
just let him in there and just let him. And Trevino should be the guy who's the day game after a night game, or if it's been a rough road trip, he's in there once in a while. It should not be a platoon. He is not a platoon catcher. I want to just see the future behind the plate and see what happens. And that's it.
Because I don't think Wells came up, didn't hit, and then started playing every day and started to hit a little bit.
Right, exactly. And just let him hit.
Exactly. So let's get to these voicemails here.
Hold on. We have a super chat from Crackle D's Nuts.
Okay, Crackle Nuts.
Once Dominguez DJ is back. Okay. Once
I think he means Dominguez and DJs. Yeah, think of a comment.
Okay. Is back. Imagine Volpe, Dominguez, Soto, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, Glaber, Wells, DJ. Having DJ batting 8th or 9th is not bad. Yeah, dude. But what we've been saying is, are the Yankees going to force him to the top of the lineup? That's the issue. DJ's going to come back and replace where Birdie and Cabrera has been. I think ultimately it's going to be an upgrade. You'd have to at least hope. Because again, Cabrera was floating on cloud 9. This wasn't what you're going to get from him all year. So offensively, DJ 7th, 8th, 9th, that's an upgrade for me. So I'll take it. But to me, smarter Yankees, maybe they'll be smart. But I hope they just don't force him back to the top of the lineup.
All right, Pete, over in the control room, let's get those voicemails.
How many voicemails we got?
I heard we had 6.
6 voicemails. Holy fuck.
I'm happy that the Yankees took the series from the Marlins, but I'm not really happy about losing the last game in the way they did it. Hey, this is Rich from Florida. Got to mention that. Sorry about that. You had Stroman, who was off, but he really wasn't because Trevino was the person who was like setting up on the outside, calling the pitches. So it could possibly be, the game calling from Trevino, trying to get him to fish on the outside, but they weren't biting on it. And the second problem I have is it doesn't make any sense to sit a person has a hot bat, 333 average, couple of home runs, a couple of dings, and sit him for the entire series.
Well, I think we touched on Oswaldo Cabrera. I think the Yankees do like Birdie a lot. That's why they traded for him. And Ryan reiterated he did hit like 290 last year, and he led Major League Baseball in steals in 2022. So I think it's a guy that they're trying to get going. And Cabrera's just not going to hit against lefties. So, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, to sit him the whole series, though, is a good point. I mean, regardless of lefties pitching, get him some at-bats. But more importantly, I think, to touch on Trevino again,
I'm not blaming Trevino.
I'm not going to blame him for it. Now, and here's why. You want to say he isn't jiving well with Stroman last night, maybe setting up too much off the plate, fine. But Stroman's been so good, and for him to have 4 walks, 4 earned runs, get beat on a couple, what was it, a 2-run home run, 3-run home run?
3. To
get beat on a 3-run home run, also have 4 walks, 4 total. That's on Stroman. I really can't blame anyone else. Crackle these nuts real quick. Another super chat. Thank you. He said, I can't hold it anymore. Trevino is straight dog shit. The guy couldn't hit a beach ball I could hit a ball by accident, and how you feel, Tribal Chief. Okay.
I am upset that my tribal chief is no longer the world champion. Okay.
Okay.
I said this on our Monday Odyssey show. We wrote, as Roman Reigns said, he goes, "Yesterday I mourn, and today is day one." Okay, so my
Okay.
tribal chief will be back on top of the mountain.
Okay. Voicemail number 2, please.
Yeah, what up, New York Yankees Sports Talk? It is the friendly neighborhood DJ Stilio calling in again. How you doing?
How you doing? Okay.
Yo, what up, Chris? What up, Christian? What up?
You forgot your
How you
name.
guys doing, man? I had a quick question for you guys. Do you guys feel like Yankees fans should be upset or worried about Judge being in the slump this far? Like only 13 games in? Because to me, I'm not gonna get worried until later next month because he's known as a slow starter. I'm just ecstatic that the Yankees are 10-3 without Judge being Judge, Cole being out until June, July, and with Cortez being the number 1 starter. Like, they're 10-3, so I don't get why Yankee fans are complaining. I get it, but I don't get it. If that makes sense. I want to hear you guys' opinion on that. But before I go, man, I got a little jokey joke for you guys. How does Mike Tyson call what clouds wear under their pants?
Did he say clouds?
He calls it thunder pants. Gotta go, Steve.
Them Thunder Pants.
Oh god.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's good. It's kind of tough when we do these voicemails at the end because we've mainly touched on everything already, so we don't want to go too deep into it. We appreciate the voicemails, though. They're great. But one thing we can say on that one is, yeah, you're right. Let's focus on the fact that Judge has looked like a pile of dog shit. Cole hasn't pitched an inning, and this team is still 10-3.
And he said he doesn't get. Look, dude, we're all Yankee fans here. We know that there's a portion of his fan base that if the Yankees won the World Series in 5 games, would be mad that they lost one of those games.
Yep, they shouldn't have lost.
They shouldn't have lost that game.
I don't know if Pete's waiting for the cue.
Oh yeah, let's go to the next
Sorry,
one.
Pete.
Okay.
Guys, it's me, Garrett. Cole, I just wanted to call in. Let you guys know how I feel. The arm's feeling good. I'll be back soon. Just watching your pod live on YouTube. It's pretty good. Me and Amy got the kids to bed, and we're just watching you guys. It's been fun, but I'll be back soon. And I will talk to you next time.
Wow.
Well, thanks, Garrett, for chiming in there. Okay.
You think that's how they get in the mood? They watch us after they get the kids down?
I could see how Amy Cole would get turned on by watching me. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
She loves
Uh,
kids.
Well, then you'd be her biggest turn on there. Anyway, Garrett Cole was scheduled to throw again today. I haven't heard anything come out of that, but the Yankees are also traveling, and he's staying back with the team. A little twerp fuck Buster Olney said today. Well, I don't know when he said it because it was behind the paywall, but I was able to read this much that he doesn't think Garrett Cole's pitching this year. So Buster Olney, fuck you, okay?
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
And to not get thrown off of YouTube or Odyssey, all I'll say again is fuck you, dude. Okay.
You're allowed to say fuck you to people. That's fine.
Okay. But I'm not going to go any. I'm not going to go any further than that.
Okay. Okay. Next voicemail.
Hey guys, it's me, General Manager Brian Cashman. Just wanted to chime in on your discussion earlier about the lineup. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, we're a very good team. Sometimes you're not going to like the things we do. You just kind of have to trust that process. We didn't like what we saw from Glaber at the top, so we felt we needed to make a change. That might be a revolving door for the foreseeable future. Still a good show, but yeah, not too happy about that. Take care, guys.
So not only did Garrett Cole chime in, but now Brian Cashman all of a sudden doesn't. Brian Cashman doesn't apparently like the fact that we didn't like their lineup change. Well, why don't you call in every week? Because I'm sure there's something we could always find that we don't like that you've done. Okay.
Yeah.
You think because you traded for Juan Soto, like he erases everything?
Right.
Okay. I
Okay.
think we have a couple more here. So
Yeah, I wonder who they're from.
Hey, how you doing, fellas? Me, Buck. Showalter here. Calling in on board. Retirement kind of stinks. Man, it was raining today. It was kind of cold. I was on the front deck just reading my books, just trying to pass the time. How you guys doing? All right, well, just wanted to call and say hi. Just thinking maybe I get some sort of internship in the future. You guys, the CS Network don't want me. You know, they'd rather have Nick Swisher out there instead. I guess that's fine. He's a great ball player. He's a good guy. But, you know, story for a different day. Story for a different day. Take it easy, guys.
All right, thanks for chiming in, Buck. Well, I know that you took a shot at Nick Swisher there because he debuted on the Yes broadcast team this past week, but really, Girardi got the job the Yankees wanted to offer to you, but you know, there's a clause in your contract there, Buck. I wish you would have spoke on that about how they didn't want to get into a pissing contest with the Mets and just walked away from it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's final
This
voicemail.
should be just the final one here, okay?
Hello, fellas. This is me, Hal Steinbrenner here, calling, the owner of the Yankees. I've noticed that you two have been bickering a lot. This episode, you are reminiscent of myself and Brian Cashman, two people who are not blood brothers necessarily, but we do sometimes say certain things to one another that might maybe bother each other. So I just wanted to let you know that everything will be okay. We lost one game. We are still on track to have our best start since 2003. And I need you to relax. Take it easy, guys.
Nothing in that comment said that you were ready to offer $500 million to Juan Soto, so I will not relax, okay?
Okay.
Speaking of large sums of money, let's close out the show with this today. Ipe going to jail.
I mean, there's not much to say.
There's a lot to say because it went from $4 million to $16 million that was apparently stolen from Shohei Ohtani. Now, you know, the Shohei Ohtani defenders are going to come out and say, there's no evidence. The feds cleared him. Okay.
Come on.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything that.
Come on.
But okay, we'll just
Hold on.
Okay.
Come on. Come on.
Doctor, go vouch yourself.
You mean to tell me, when we thought it was $4 million, we said there's no way he doesn't know. For $16 million, $16 million.
Guys, and can we just talk about one thing? People think that Shohei Ohtani has all this money just sitting in his bank account, right? They think he has billions of dollars just sitting in his bank. You don't have that. How much do you think? How much is Shohei Ohtani worth? Can we get a net worth on him? Do people understand that doesn't mean that that's what's in his wallet? Like Elon Musk doesn't just have billions of
according
dollars.
to CelebrityNetWorth.com, he's worth $50 million.
Okay, he's worth. So this makes it even worse for him. He's worth $50 million right now. How much of that is actual money? How much of that is actually sitting in an account where he goes to a grocery store?
Yeah, what's liquid?
Right. So you're telling me this guy had the balls to take this much money when he's only worth $50 million and Shohei just didn't know? What world are we living in? That's all I'll say. But hey.
So excuse me, Pete dropped this in our chat while we were recording here. And this is apparently from the investigation. So this is from Ipe Mutsuhara to a text to the book.
Mozzarella?
No, okay.
What did you say?
Mutsuhara, okay.
Okay.
I'm not authentic. I'm from New Jersey, bro.
Okay.
It says, on or about March 20th of 2024, Mutsuhara messaged bookmaker stating, have you seen the reports? Bookmaker responded, yes, but that's all bullshit. Obviously, you didn't steal from him. I understand it's a cover job, and I totally get it. Mitsuhara responded to bookmaker, technically, I did steal from him. It's all over for me. So apparently, they're investigating. I mean, the bookmaker right there is just kind of.
I'm telling you right now, the bookmaker knows more than all of us ever will. And
Of
if
course, he
he's saying,
does.
If he's saying you're not stealing from him, it's for a reason. Because the bookmaker fucking knows that Shohei Ohtani had to, at the very least, have his back. And that's it.
So you mean to tell me that we're just going to accept that Mitsuhara Ippei, I like calling him Ippei better.
I like Ippei.
I like Ippei better. That Ippei just changed the passcodes on Otani's money, and just like that, got it all.
Come on.
Let's read some of these numbers from Bob Nightingale, because we have to. So, according to Bob Nightingale, about 19,000 bets were placed. An average bet was for $12,800. He lost $182.9 million, won $142 million, so he net lost $40 million, and no evidence in the record seized by the government that bets were placed on baseball. But apparently, it came out a little while after that he had a Jones for gambling on women's college soccer, and he lost a ton of money on UCLA in a game.
Okay. I mean, listen, to each their own.
I mean, but you have to be a fucked up degenerate to bet on, nothing against women's college soccer, but I mean, like, to bet on it.
I didn't even know that was televised or that you could bet on it.
To bet on it, like you.
Yeah. Wow.
Look, and I know people want to give Ohtani. Oh, he didn't know. He's a victim in all this. He's not. Come on. Maybe Ippei did steal the money. Maybe Ippei did do. But come on, guys. It doesn't. To me personally, an investigation was done. They got their scapegoat. They got their fall guy. It's over now. Doesn't mean that Ohtani didn't do something. That he's not. And again, we said this when this whole thing broke. Did Ohtani place bets? I'm not accusing him of that. I'm not accusing Ohtani of using an illegal bookmaker. What I'm saying is he's not innocent in that he didn't know anything. Because let's be real. Come on now.
And if he is innocent and he didn't know anything, that might even be a worse look, because that just means you're fucking the dumbest idiot I've ever. I have zero respect for you as a human being. Then
I would rather you think that I use an illegal bookmaker than to let you think that I'm so stupid that I let my best friend steal $16 million from me.
Right. And I was gonna read this comment, and then I realized it was SGR in the chat. He said, "Bro is making 19,000 bets and didn't throw any on a baseball game." Oh man, it's laughable. It's comical.
Yeah, because
not for Ippei, but
because Kay earlier in the week said that he went after Ohtani, said this guy's not answering any questions, and then he kind of reiterated what we had been saying, that nobody else would have been allowed to play through the investigation. And I don't know, I guess some people took umbrage with that, which is fine. You're allowed to disagree with him, but honestly, this is one of the things that I am with Michael Kay on, is that he didn't answer any questions about it. He read his prepared statement, and we're just supposed to accept his word as fact. Yeah. And, he now, again, innocent until proven guilty, right? So he was, I guess we have to stick with that he's innocent, because the federal investigation didn't show that he did any wrongdoing. But, I mean, again, either you did something wrong or you're a fucking idiot. So, I mean, what's worse?
You choose.
So, I mean, honestly, dude, it's going to go away now, and that's what Major League Baseball wanted. And if you don't think that the federal government can be coerced by powerful people with lots of money,
you've been living under a rock.
So, again, Ohtani's innocent. Okay, that's what the headline's going to be. And, if he's going to, I don't know, where's he going to go to jail? California?
Maybe like the same jail that they put Martha Stewart in.
But wouldn't they have to send them back to Japan? Is he
where the crime was committed?
Oh, he committed it in Japan?
It's where
No.
you would have to figure out where that was taking place, but that's where it would be.
No, but I'm saying, is he a citizen here? So I guess they would have to send him back at some point, right?
Well,
I don't know if
is
you're
it
allowed.
an extradited? Do they do
But they
extradition
could
in
deport
Japan?
you. They could deport you for committing crimes if you're not a legal citizen here.
Some countries don't have
Sure.
extradition policies in place.
Well, if Ohtani doesn't want him, what's he going to do here? Work at Burger King now?
maybe.
Which you can't do in California because they went all to robots because of the $25 minimum wage for fast food workers. So
Look, dude, we
Guys,
could,
fuck
you want to
it.
do a whole other episode? But I could go on for days.
the guy's fucking, poor Ipe. We should go out, and I'm stealing this from Johnny Lasagna, and I don't care. But we should all go out to a Dodger game and wear Team Ipe shirts.
I'll do it.
And speaking of Johnny Lasagna, because we didn't touch on this in the last episode, shocker, Jonathan Loizaga is done for the year.
Yeah, the last episode we before the news came out, we were talking about how it would be so great if the Yankees could just rely on him to stay healthy and be the pitcher we know he could be and figure it all out. And then literally the next morning, as our episode's coming out.
Right, because I was cutting video for teasers to put on social
Yeah.
media, and I was going to actually leave that part in, and I was like, guess can't do that now.
Yep. Crazy.
But, and I know, just real quick, a lot of fans wanted to blame the Yankees' usage of him this year for the reason for the injury.
Usage?
Yeah, because they were using him as a multi-inning reliever.
Oh, come on.
Is there any part of you that thought that even if the Yankees pitched him one inning, one time a week, he would have made it throughout the course of the season?
No.
Exactly.
You want to know how I know that?
Because he's never done it?
Because he's never done it. Like, come on.
So, I mean, again, we don't have to spend a ton of time on Jonathan Loizaga, but again, if you're stunned by what happened there, then I don't know, you just don't pay attention.
Crazy. Super chat from old Sarge. Thanks,
All
Sarge.
right.
He said, the Fed investigation is about the bookie, not Ohtani. MLB can still ban him, but they won't. F. Manfred. Okay. I added the okay.
You add the okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
Let's just put a bow on it, right? Simple as this. MLB doesn't want anything to happen to Shohei Ohtani. Look, can I go to like an extreme here?
Mm-hmm.
Shohei Ohtani can pull out a pew pew and unalive a pitcher right on the mound on live national television, and he wouldn't miss an inning.
Who'd they blame it on? The new translator.
They'd find a way to blame it on Ipe. It was
Yeah.
It was
No,
it was
it's him.
Ipe's.
And he would accept it too. Yeah, it was me.
Stole my gun. Unreal.
Yeah, it was my gun.
So anyway, so that's that. The Yankees are enjoying an off day here, and hopefully they'll get back to their winning ways here. 10-3 to start the year. I mean, and everybody keeps saying it. It was said in one of the, I think it was DJ Steele said it in his voicemail. Hey, they're 10-3. Garrett Cole hasn't pitched yet, and Aaron Judge is hitting 178. So I mean, how much are we going to really complain here?
Can't yet, man. We can't yet.
But I mean, honestly, here I'm a little surprised here to see a matchup of heavyweights this weekend in the land, as they call it, as the 10-3 Yankees will be visiting the 9-3 Cleveland Guardians. I wish they would have just called them the fucking Cleveland baseball team. God, fucking Guardians is such a.
I call them the Indians still.
Oh, that's racist.
Don't care.
So Schmidt's taking the ball on Saturday against. On Friday against Carlos Carrasco. And then Luis Heel against Tristan McKenzie on Saturday. So it's going to be 7:10 Friday night, 6:10 on Saturday, and then 1:40 for Nasty Nesta against LT Allen. LT Allen, okay?
Okay.
And then the Yanks will be in Toronto. So hopefully the for Blue Jay fans' sake, the movie will be better this time. But apparently I don't think it's going to be.
Okay.
I heard they're rebooting Scary Movie, so maybe that's the movie
Yeah,
that Vlad Jr. is talking about. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So if you've been in the chat all night, thank you very much for contributing and interacting with everybody. And be sure to hit the like button before you leave the chat tonight, and subscribe to NYYU. The goal is 25K before 420. We got about a week to get there. Things are trending in the right direction. 420, okay, Snoop Dogg's favorite number. Funny story about WrestleMania. He read the attendance. They sent him out there to read the attendance for both nights, and he changed the last 4 numbers to 420
That's funny.
because he's Snoop Dogg. So so if you're going to be out at the Audi Club on 420, it's going to be a great day. We're looking forward to seeing everybody out there. So subscribe to NYYU. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the NYYST podcast wherever you get your podcast, so you do not miss a show. We will be having audio only shows throughout the course of the year. So if you're subscribed, you won't miss anything. Okay.
All right.
And make sure you tell everybody that we're the official podcast of Odyssey. If you listen to the Odyssey app anytime in the last couple of weeks, you'd know that. So we want to thank Odyssey for their support there, because it behooves them for us to do well. So
All right.
anyway, so we want to thank everybody for their continued support of NYYST and NYY Underground, and we want to thank everybody for listening and watching episode 378 SGR.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Put too high, ain't coming down.